Spider for Lats as Loki, Kyozen as Isis again, and last time Miracle Man is going with Oranos, the same as in the previous game, and dots are not really changing anything. Killer Boy Loki, a Brighead Thor, but the third player instead of Rangers is Poeft, who is pretty strong player as you can see, and remember, and he's playing Isis. Well, so that's more or less a mirror. And well, first to have a look at is again a purple player at the bottom left corner. So it's again having a pretty normal start on Marsh, already casting the Thor early gold mine, and otherwise, well, he's just going for some early house and scouting with some piggies, but since he's right now giving up. And well, his front TC, or is his front TC? Not, no it isn't, it's actually his back TC, and front TC seems to be placed reasonably well. I can expect there to be very clear way to it and no problems at all. The pocket for dots is Killer Boy, also pretty normal and standard map. Back TC okay. Scouting with his piggies to actually do some extra scouting without the need to use his Ulfsack right now, who is going pretty much forward. And yeah, Killer Boy is definitely liking that he's in the middle right now. So this should allow him as a Loki to go for some very nice, maybe early heroic, early mythic. Well, let's see. He's going for some very aggressive scouting, just as I said, and he might discover a spider just on the left, but he won't. And he did discover though villager wood and gold gatherates. Well, this is a pretty decent relic, and right now saying that Poeft as an Isis should definitely pick that. Another relic is cheaper Templar research costs, that's not all that great. And well, Killer Boy right now discovering where blue is. That's the first, for example, from Lats to have a look at. And well, nothing interesting in the base, everything pretty much standard, and there's going to be a spy on gold villies. Okay, so he didn't discover the foodies, so he is very content with just gold, and that's going to be just fine, I think. Spider is right now going for some defensive scouting rather, trying to see what's behind his base. Right now we don't really see all that much, but quite a lot of food, so he will be very content if he's under attack. To finish the look at dots players, Poeft is having, yeah, there's absolutely nothing to say here about Marsh map, as you don't really get any map screws here unless it's concerning TCs. Very nice gold for him, that's going to be very welcome for him as an Isis, and otherwise this gold is, well, in a pretty decent position, I think, for dropping Migdol right around here and covering it. TCs are in pretty nice position as well. And what's this relic? Myth unit special attacks recharge time. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. This TC though, this is, I think, Kyozen's, and the position of it is not really all that great because it's rather closer to Spoilt, I would say. So yeah, not really ideal all that much. Not ideal all that much. And well, it's going to be a bit difficult time for Kyozen. And it's really interesting because it's going to be 1v1 between Spoeft and Kyozen, who is already dropping a temple. So are we maybe going to see some faster advance? We are at 3 minutes. So I'm not really expecting anything, and yeah, not anything interesting at all here. So let's switch somewhere else. He's trying to cover scouting the middle of the map, and well, first relic is being captured by Spoeft, and that's the very nice one for the villager Gatherates. So that's going to be a very strong boost for already strong Isis Echo. Temple is being dropped by Killer Boy. He's thinking about the standard 430, 440 advance. 6-unit line of sight. All right, that's going to make a very nice rating for everybody. All right, big double rate on blue. Oh wow, so they are going actually for the pocket, and he's not going to be very happy about that, as both Brighead and Killer Boy will damage him pretty soon. The Templar should be done in just a moment, which should result in, yes, classical age roof for city. And the last we haven't looked at right now is Miracle, who is already 20% to Prometheus. And well, how's it actually extra hunt? In the forefront, he definitely won't be interested in this, I think. He'll be going for some of this, yeah, there's plenty of it. He doesn't really need to worry about anything. And his front TC is pretty much the same situation as on the other side, Kyozen. It's very close to Brighead, so it's not going to be easy to secure, especially when Brighead is right now making sure that he can strategically actually cover this TC by running behind the wall and making some very nice runs for it. Alright then, 75% into Freya, as you would expect from Brighead, and his Thor, and right now he's gathering another relic, and that's, wow, villager with more hit points. Okay, so we can definitely see where this is going. Relics for dots will result in some pretty strong raiding from their team, and the walling is going on very seriously from dots. That's going to be a wall pretty much all along their map, so they will be untouchable again. And well, how's it looking here? We have a pretty nice spy on Spoil's Willies, who are right now being raided by his eggy opponent, which is pretty interesting, and it might disrupt Spoil's plan right now. And what actually is Spoil's plan? Is it going to be fast heroic or not? Right now I'm kind of thinking that this is going to delay him quite a lot. He's not even advancing yet. Just kind of curious. So is he maybe slinging? Quite possibly could be. Quite possibly could be, and we'll see soon enough. We'll see soon enough, I guess. And well, yeah, he's already advanced. It's pretty interesting. And well, definitely we see that Lats are right now trying to actually make life very difficult for Spoift. I'm not exactly sure if it's the wisest idea, but they decided it is. And well, let's see how that works out. Because right now we know that Brighead together with Killerboy are preparing actually a double on their pocket opponent. Let's see what is going on here. That's just a Valkyrie trying to see where some of the Willies are, and they might just be in luck. If she goes left, up, come on, go left, go left. Or, yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't, so she won't discover those Willies all that readily. And well, Blue on the left side is discovering that life is going to be difficult, the same as last game. Not any easy way to those bases. Yellow though is trying to go through the walls right there. So that's pretty interesting, and he might be actually forced to defend here. He has enough army, so he's not in any immediate threat. This is pretty interesting. There's a clear way through. And well, he's just trying to make sure that the wall isn't there, and he has a very nice maneuver in place. And well, yeah, I just wanted to have a look at the attack here. But I was called back by a nice flare by Dots, where Spider is having some nice small raiding party, and yet this priest is going to die for that. And that's only because Spoeft is not really paying attention at that part of the map. Killer Boy though is doing a pretty nice job defending against Kyozen, and let's right now have a look at the attack. Where Spider is defending against Brighead together with Killer Boy. So yes, right now this is the double that we heard about, and Spoeft is in 655 classical, which is kinda late-ish. But I wouldn't really say it's all that bad, and maybe, just maybe, there's some plan behind it. We'll see soon enough, I guess. At the same time, we see that Kyozen is forced to retreat from his food gathering, so that's basically what was done to Spoeft earlier, is right now being done to him. And well, Spoeft is getting raided pretty hard right now by Spider and a few of the mythical units here. But that's not going to be enough, as Killer Boy is not letting his teammate die anywhere and anyhow. Well, pretty good defensive job. Some stray Hersirs from Red just getting killed by the TC, and we have a decent heroic time from Kyozen right now. We'll be dropping some Migdol, not sure where, but let's have a look what's happening on the left. Miracle Man is doing pretty good job raiding. Raiding should have been something that Dots should have been doing in Blue's pocket, but right now they are not, and well, a bit of Willy is actually dying here, because it seems like Brigade is believing himself that he can resolve the situation with a bit of an army and some extra damage from the Willies. That's pretty interesting. And well, finally Miracle Man is running away, as he was again under the TC fire here. On the other side of the map, Brigade is having pretty much all of his army besides the rest there, and he is right now discovering those food Willies. Did he see them? Yes, he did. He did, just a bit too late to stop them like Killer Boy did last game. So he's just right now getting this lone wolf Sark, which was, I think, a pretty good play from Spider, who just sacrificed one of his Willies behind the army, which was a pretty nice play. And well, otherwise, not much happening here. Just Miracle Man trying to help his teammate, which will pretty much turn sour, I think, once the shockwave is gone. And yeah, right now it is. So he might dish some damage, but he's very well aware that Blue is not far behind, so he's just right now trying to run away into safety. ISIS 4 Glass has already advanced and he's built a defensive migdol, so he's not really very adventurous. He's not even covering the gold all that much. He could have placed it a bit farther forward, but he didn't. And well, the raiding party from Brighead is right now joining the battle in Yellow's base. But is there going to be any battle? Doesn't really seem so. But, oh wow, that's unfortunate for Miracle Man. Just discovering that the TC is being built and this will result in one dead really. Well, right now I'm kinda expecting that Spoeft might be in some beast mode as he's in heroic, but he has to be careful so that Kyozen doesn't steal this TC. This is a pretty important TC for the strategical position that it's in, literally in between of those players. And well, it reasonably covers this one as well due to the mercenaries. Some pretty nice raiding from Killer Boy, and oh wow. I think we're going to see some nice positioning. Yeah, it's already happening. Trying to actually stop the Willies from running, and oh, that's a pretty good one, and very costly to Kyozen, who is going to lose quite a lot of Willies here. Well, very nice job indeed by Killer Boy, and soon we're gonna have a look at some of those raiding cavalry that are just running rampage through Lad's bases. So pretty good job here. In Blue's base right now, yeah, they're just running around, not doing all that much useful. And in the forefront though, we see that Brigade has already 2 squads, which is kind of unfortunate for Yellow, because he's having one in the attack on the right, and one right here. And the rest of the Yellow's army is actually trying to raid Brigade right now, which are pretty successful at their job. But the tower is not really something that they can overcome, I think. And it will take just a few Hersiers here to do all they can. Well, this is pretty interesting, Spider advancing into Heroic, because this means that we have 2 lots in Heroic, just one of dots. So it seems like lots are actually slightly ahead and doing slightly better job, as I don't really see all that reasonable damage done to their economy, besides those extra green villies that just got killed recently. But, well, that's that. A lot of yellow here though. Getting some extra damage into those purples, but they will right now be killed as Killer Boy is helping his teammate, and Brighead didn't even need the help as he retreated with pretty much all his army, gathered it at one spot. I'm still clicking at this TC because I'm expecting some faster heroic from him anytime soon, or faster. Right now we are at 12 minutes, so it's not faster at all. And well, here we have a pretty nice engagement between Spider and Killer Boy, although Spider has definitely an advantage in the fact that he has flaming weapon, so if he needs to, he can actually wreck Killer Boy right here, right there. Do we see some extra upgrades? Not yet from... oh, from Blue. Red actually already has some decent ones. Okay, and Spoeft is joining in this fight here. Alright, so that's going to be 2 versus 1, which should result in Spider either casting flaming weapons or retreating. I would very much like actually retreating right now. I'm not believing that he has a decent enough army to actually go for something interesting. And once this battle is raging, let's have a look at the right, because it seems like Yozen is having some nice fun with the base of heal. But, well, without any siege weapons, that's not going to be any good. But they are ready here, and it seems like he was just testing the waters, actually trying to see if Spoef is paying attention and what kind of army he has at home. And that's a pretty decent army. So once Kyozen goes for an attack, this might turn against him and turn sour, yes, especially if he's helped by some of his teammates. Quite a huge army from Brigade right now. And Miracle Man as well, of course. Huh. Once DC is built, yeah. That's something that Miracle Man was trying to stop, was hoping to stop, definitely. But yeah, that didn't happen, and well, right now he will be in a pincers here, and that's not going to go well for him at all. And he has no way actually to retreat from this, and that's going to be annihilation of the yellow army altogether. I don't think he has any upgrades, yeah, he doesn't. Whereas Brigade has had medium raiders, and well, that's it. At the same time though, at the right, we see that Kyozen is casting some interesting ancestors. He can't really cast them any closer, because Spoeft is Isis and he has the monument here, so that's why he cast them here. But, well, come on, micro a bit. Just 4 guys not doing anything, that's just such a waste. And especially when he's against Killer Boy with a ton, literally a ton of Berserkers. I'm afraid that was a bit of a waste here. Well, not a bit, a lot of waste. pretty big base here, and yeah, this attempt at an attack, or maybe it was just a bit of a defense, is not going to go well at all, and this might result in, well, easy down. Mercenaries are trying to stop that, but really the army is going to be dead, and it will really depend if Spider can somehow protect his teammate or not. The Migdol is pretty crucial that it's up, because it means that everybody has to pay attention to it, especially Blue, and it's, well, in 6 seconds I fully expect that we're going to see flaming weapons from him. So if he doesn't win this battle, he's going to be pretty much over. Yep, here are the flaming weapons, and well, DC is being built without any problem whatsoever, because right now Blue is having his hands full with just the army here. So that's a pretty crucial battle for the rest of the game, I think, because once this is won, it will result in Blue having literally no army, and Red still having a pretty decent one. Well, it seems like Spoeft somehow lost everything and wasn't able to actually do anything extra here, so is he maybe advancing or something? Might be the case, but right now he definitely needs to do something about this. Because Blue is having a pretty good 1v1 against Killer Boy, you can see, but, well, I was saying pretty good 1v1, that just turned into ash in my mouth, and well, let's have a look what's happening on the left side. Pretty good army from Miracle Man, who is trying to, again, find some berries for Raiden, and he's unsuccessful altogether. But, yeah, same can't really be said about Brighead, who is having the success that Yellow was looking for. So that's going to be 2 Willies down. Oh, and here we have another Ancestors right now, and these will be, well, it seems now similarly useless, just because of those berries there, okay. But at least it binds some of the extra attack from the chariots and the priests both, so that means it gives some precious seconds for Spoef to spawn some extra army and get the Migdol up. So right now Spoeft is doing all he can to stop the attack here, and once this Migdol is up, he should be reasonably okay. And well, Spider though is going for some offensive hill fort. And oh wow, just that was very close, and the Migdol is going to be half damage, so that means it will be reasonably dead pretty soon if actually we can see some extra siege towers, which we can. And well, Killer Boy was just a bit late to do something about this hill fort, and the situation is actually not looking all that great right now for Dots, I would say. In the middle, well, Miracle Man is doing pretty well and destroying Brigade's 30C, which is very crucial as well, because Miracle Man is at 3 already. He's taken the one problematic that was on the left, and right now, well, he's denying Brigade some pretty important population limit. Pretty nice job. No upgrades yet for Yellow, whereas Purple, also nothing. And in the attack, well, right now he's not having any luck anymore. He did kill some units here, you can see some Willies as well, and well, he's not giving up. And Miracle Man should be a bit more careful with his Willies and some army here to defend against all that. In the middle, there's some kind of interim between all these battles. Yeah, pretty nice extra Migdol to make the position even stronger, together with a monument to actually protect against god powers, which is a pretty good idea. And well, it seems like they are very intent on keeping their enemies off on the extra TCs. Right now we have Brighead, who has advanced into Bragi finally. And well, this Raiden is going very well for him, as he's right now biding pretty much all Miracle Man's army, which is very important, as it at least gives him an opportunity to retake the TC. As you can see, that's what he's attempting. That's very gutsy, to be honest. That's right in the middle of the map and very open for Raiden. I'm not exactly sure if he's not going to pay for that a bit later, but right now he isn't. And well, Killer Boy is not really helping. He's just showing lots where the Willies are, and oh wow. Seems like Brighead is not paying any attention at all to this. Right now he is. He is, and this means that Killer Boy has to engage, because he needs to protect Brighead's villagers. If he didn't, yeah, that would have been much worse. So Brighead has lost actually a big TC to some very nice raiding from Spider. Well, those 5 boars are very strong indeed, and if he doesn't have any extra army, that's going to be very strong. And well, a bit of idols that are not idle anymore, and well, something else. On the right side, the battle is on, and we see a lot of mercenaries from both sides, both green and teal. with a bit of army of throwing axemen from Brigade, and well, otherwise it's just up to Spoev to defend himself against Gyozen, and it's an uneven battle. As you can see, Gyozen has 3 TCs, Spoev at 2. As he's looking with some upgrades, Spoev is having just copper shields, and the green, oh yeah, pretty much the same, so no problem there. Clearboy definitely recognizes that he needs to help his teammate a bit more, as the 1v1 battle between the ISIS is not going Dot's way so far, but with this extra health fort and the extra help for Killerboi, it might just turn around in like a heartbeat, because Blue will have to regroup. Right now he was attempting to actually switch into the left side and help his yellow teammate to kill Brighead altogether, and right now he will be forced to actually go to the right side, as yeah, 2 versus 1 in this matchup seems to be pretty much the GG factor. This is a kind of unfortunate placement for the market here. Not exactly sure, but it was probably in an attempt to actually make some good trade route, but not exactly yeah, I'm literally confused right now. Probably just best placement where he had some extra military units to advance into Mythic. And well, we have Nidhogg from Lead Spider. So let's see how that will actually go. And yeah, Colorboy just saying that Brigade is not saying anything, and just maybe complaining that Brigade is not saying that he's not doing all that well, which is just the case here. And on the right side, we see definitely that Spoeft has finally been able to somehow stabilize the situation with Colorboy's help. And this will all be about his ability to somehow capture this TC. If he can, and can get on even grounds, then the game might be for the taking for them, but right now, yeah, it's really in Lad's power, I have to say. So pretty good job here, and Killerboy is at least trying to take a 4th TC in the middle, because right now I do agree that it's the best idea, because he's the strongest of them all. Having pretty decent upgrades. And well, he may be even advancing into Mythic, I'm not exactly too sure. Right now, his TC, unfortunately for him, is stopped by pretty good yellow army, and yellow is right now, I think, building just for his frontal assault in the mythical age. Yes, he's almost there through Helios. That's going to be very nice for Dots. And yeah, I just want to have a quick look at Brigade's TCs. Some idols here. Fortunate. Oh, god damn it, I don't see the TC, so let's see the battle right now. Let's see the battle right now, because this is very important again. And mercenaries all the way. Mercenaries all the way. And Spoev just trying to secure the position by himself. But with the help from Spider right now, and especially the fact that Gyozen is right now trying to retake 4th TC, that might be pretty bad for Dots. Well, this defensive position seems to be pretty strong, but right now it's not. It's not, and if just Gyozen can advance into Mythical Age and go for some catapults, I'm thinking he'll be in a much better position. So this is a battle going for Lats, and on the left side we see some shockwaves, so that's a huge battle happening on here as well, and that was pretty important because it stopped Brigade's attempt to somehow stop Miracle Man from taking this TC, and he's attempting a 4th, and we see some Mythic Age Dot from Spoeft. So that's the first from Dots actually advancing into Mythic, and let's see where the meteors are going to be cast. Are they going to leave them for some Titan or no? Right now we see Ragnarok. That's a pretty good idea, I think. And Killboy again joining the fight on the right side. As yeah, he can't really let Spider develop here. As if he does, and he's able to help on both sides, the same as Killboy is doing right now, that might decide just all. And here we have the Ragnarok. Here we have the Ragnarok, some nice raiding from the Nidhogg into the release gold from Killerboy, so that's a pretty good one. But this should be the moment of truth right now, because if Brighead can do something with this army, does he have some nice upgrades? Yes, he does. That's not bad at all. And compared with Yellow, who has just the base lineup, this could actually work for him. And if he can stop his enemies, and especially Yellow, somehow kill his TC, and some extras and take them for himself, he might just turn the game around. And well, this is really gutsy here. And yeah, Ragnarok with some extra flaming weapons, that's a pretty strong battle. And on the right side there's battle going on from Killerboy as well, because he's cast some extras, so let's have a quick look what's happening here. And it seems like dots are pushing through with the very strong help of the flaming weapons, and this is definitely an attempt to put a stop to those mercenaries and Gyozen's advantage here on the right side. So this will be definitely for Spoeft for the taking, which is the aim right now. And once he takes it, this will mean that Gyozen is going to be finding himself on the short end of the stick, and he'll be at just 2 TCs against Spoeft at 3 and potentially 4 if he retakes the one that's more close to the middle. So the Ragnarok going pretty okay, with blue switching into the left side, not right now helping on the right. So Gyozen will be forced to defend with all he has, and kinda turtle, because yeah, Spider is right now occupied with defending against the Ragnarok. And well, since he's mythic right now, he might be able to stop some kind of attacks from Spoeft, but let's see for how long. So far Brigade is doing pretty well. He has been able to limit Miracle Man to actually 2 TCs, and he will be retaking his third. So that's a pretty good job right now, and this might be all it takes for him to stabilize. So pretty nice right there. So is there some water shenanigans? Oh yeah, Gyozen has built a dock, but that's about it, because right now he's going to be killed, and we have docks from Spoeft as well, so he will be interested in making sure that this TC is not taken down at all. And what's this here? Just a few. Oh yeah, that's actually quite a lot of pop right now, and that could be making a lot of difference somewhere else on the battlefield, so I think they quite soon will. The Nidhogg though is slowly dying, but still he's living for like at least 5 minutes, which is quite a long time. And Brigade is in the greedy mode right now, taking 40 CA, just attempting, and he might not be able to do so because Blue is having really a full army here. And yes, Yellow is joining the fun with some extra destroyers. And Killer Boy just asking if he's okay. I kind of think he's okay to hold, but not really to take the TC. So he could use some extra push from Red to make sure that the TC is his. Yeah, right now it's dead. And if he sees what? That's just Gyozen making sure that Miracle Man is not killed. Okay, so he's recognizing that he has to defend on the right side, so he will be prepared on the left if he has to pump up some army to stop the remnants of some potential Ragnarok units. And well, here we see some decisive push from Spoeft. Killboy at 4 TCs, trying to go for some middle push, and this is going pretty well for him, and yeah. We see that Lutz recognize that they actually lost the opportunity they had, and this was a pretty exciting game. It definitely was looking like Lutz should be taking this home, but somehow Dots overcame the odds, and I think this is mainly due to Killer Boy's pretty good performance switching from left side to the right, helping just at the right time where it was needed and pushing through right at the right times. So pretty good job there, and the Ragnarok definitely helped us well. So well, nicely played. And it seems like it might have bugged somehow that they can't actually resign. Not exactly sure what's happening, but yeah, it seems to be bugged. But anyway, there's no doubt about the results. Spider just resigned. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just Gilzen right now saying that he won Spoiled 1-1 pretty badly. Ah yeah, he did. In 1v1, I pretty much agree. But yeah, it was overall pretty unexpected progression of the game, I have to say. So let's have a look at the post game right now. We can see maybe some interesting stuff. Spoeft as the best player. And I'd kind of like to see this go to Killer Boy, as I think he was pretty good as a pocket. Definitely deserved the MVP. I'm really interested in improvements. I think that's going to be a similar case here, but not really. It seems like everybody is having decent ones. Just Spider is not having one. And Killer Boy, okay, so it's pretty decent here. But the timing there might be what actually decided the games. I think that Dots had advances and upgrades faster, so yeah, that's that. So it seems like they are just having some extra fun here with Gyozen at the back, but I think he will be AFK just as they say. So yeah, let's have some extra distraction right here. Yeah, it might be some bug, but okay, let's enjoy.